All right, guys, let's get some NCAA basketball picks and props for Friday, February 2nd slate of games. Trey, let's take a look at that leaderboard for us. Have you start us off?
A perfect sweep of a board. I gave out Morehead State -2.5 against Tennessee State. And Morehead State, they won this game by 19 points. They dominated, to be honest with you. It was beautiful to watch. They were up 13 points at halftime and then just cruised for the rest of the game for an easy cash.
Yep, and I had Nebraska +1.5 going up against Wisconsin. We got the stormed court that we needed. They did win the game outright in overtime. I did take a picture of this when they were down by 19 points and they came all the way back. Since 2000, in the first half, Wisconsin, when leading by 15-plus points, 120-0. Nebraska, when trailing by 15-plus, 1-60. Make that 2-60. We made history tonight with Nebraska on that massive 19-point comeback. So thank you to the Cornhuskers and all the fans out there who rallied that comeback for Nebraska. So we did sweep the board. Trey, let's go over the props from yesterday. Have you start us off?
And this is what we call a reverse sweep, boys. I gave out Jalen Tyson over 16.5 points versus Arizona. Tyson, he was not good in this game. I actually just read a comment that said looked like he had his fingers crossed, and definitely was a pretty good comparison because he only had 10 points in this game, shot 33% from the field. If he shot like he normally did on the road, he would have easily cashed. But Arizona, alas, they're pretty good.
Yeah, I think he said, I think his fingers were cut off. He's like, he didn't have any fingers. But I gave out Chuck Harris of SMU to go over 13.5 points, finished the game with 12. He had 12 points with 6 minutes left in the game, had 10 points really early in the second half, thought I was going to cash, but it ended up not cashing. So an 0-1 day, 0-2 as a team. And that brings us to the game pick, the combined game pick yesterday. We went 0-1 each because SMU blew it. We both had a -8.5. They were up by 10 really late in the game. Tulane had got a couple steals late in the game, and they covered the spread. So we did go 0-1 as a group for the group play. Trey, let's go to the group plays for tomorrow. We got 2 games we're going to be breaking down. We are going to start with Big Ten action. Ohio State going up against Iowa State, or Iowa, sorry. Iowa -5 at home, over under 156.5. Hawkeyes, they love to score. They love to score points. What do you think of this one?
Yeah, this is going to be a really, really fun game to watch. I'm kind of confused as why Iowa's just -5 favorites at home here because Ohio State, they're really nothing to write home about them. I've watched a couple Ohio State games, and they're not really elite on the offensive end, and they're good on the defensive end, but they've been allowing some points in some games. In Iowa, they have the capabilities to pour on the points. But I'm going to go with Ohio State here +5. I just feel like this line's too fishy. Something has to be up. I have gotten caught up in the past saying, okay, they're just giving us a free win. The Bucks never give out free wins, guys. We have to use our brain sometimes and say, why is Iowa just -5 at home? They're going to storm the court. Caitlin Clark's courtside. Who knows? But give me Ohio State +5.
Yep. Great analysis on that one because I think you're exactly right. Something's fishy with this line. I'm going to take Ohio State +5 with you. I do want to make sure. I'm pretty sure the Hawkeyes are coming off a loss. I want to double check that really quick here. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? No, you can cut
I will say this. Iowa, they have looked really good. I know that you're a big Peyton Sandfort guy, and he cashed for you on the player props a few days ago. So I'm surprised you're fading Iowa here.
Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Hawkeyes -5. They're coming off a loss to Indiana on the road. That's what it was. And Ohio State, they've been bad. They haven't covered in the last 3 games. I'm gonna take the Hawkeyes.
You're just putting your mouth right on that hook, and you're getting pulled.
I know, dude. It's just they're probably gonna score 80+ points, and I have to ask myself, can Ohio State score 75? I don't think they can. I really don't think they can. I'm gonna take Iowa -5. All right, let's go to the next game. That's a tough game. You might want to just pass on that game. I don't like either of those teams. This is a good game. MAC talent. There's been a lot of good players in the MAC over the last 2 years. Mark Sears went to Alabama. Ray J. Dennis went to Baylor. So a lot of good players in the MAC showing up in the SEC now in the Big 12. But this is going to be Toledo going up against Akron. Akron -5 at home, another -5 spread, over under 147.5. I'm going to start. I love Toledo. I love everything about Toledo. I thought they were one of my favorite teams last season with Ray J. Dennis. I think they're going to lose this game big. I'm going to take Akron -5. I think Akron's much better than Toledo offensively, defensively. Everything they do is better. They've got better players. They've got a better coach. The environment's going to be great at home. I like Akron -5. Trey?
Yeah, I agree. You had me in the first half there. I thought you were going Toledo, and I was butthurt because I love this Akron team. I have actually bet on Akron, gave them out as game picks 3 times so far this year, twice, I think, in the last month, and they've cashed for us every single time. No sweat bet cashes too, because like you said, they are elite. They are good. If you guys look at the defense, they're only allowing 64 points per game compared to Toledo. The average is allowing 76. Akron, they're here at home. They're going to show up They're going to play some good defense, and their offense is going to show up at home. It's just, this is a same fishy line with -5. Akron, I was saying maybe 8.5 is what it should be at, because Toledo, yes, they're good, but they're not nearly as good as what they've been in the past. I have to go Akron here, and I'm gonna alt spread it, probably Akron -9.5. It's gonna be a double-digit win, guys.
Yeah, I like it. And I think Raheem Moss is next. I think he's going to be the next guy that transfers out of the MAC to go to like a big school, SEC, Big Ten kind of thing, because Moss, Maddox, I believe it was, and Ray J. Dennis on that Toledo team, I think it was last year when they went to the MAC championship game. That team was so good. They were so good. But yeah, sorry, I'm just living in the past year. All right, let's go to our game picks for tomorrow. Trey, have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, and if you watched our channel last year, you know how much I love one of these teams. I'm going to be talking about Mount St. Mary's going up against Marist here, and this is going to be a very fun game to watch. There's not going to be a lot of points scored here in this game, but those are my type of games. The over-under is set at 128.5. That is honestly laughably low, but Mount St. Mary's entered this game with a 7-13 record. They're also 8-11-1 ATS, and the Mountaineers, they are 2-10 on the road this year. That is no bueno. And Marist, they come this game with a 10-8 record. They're also 11-7 ATS. And the Red Foxes, they are 5-2 at home this season. They have looked really good at home. So Marist, they're significantly better at home than Mount St. Mary's is on the road. And they're also significantly better against the spread. Give me my Marist Red Foxes here, -2.5 at home. This line is just too juicy, guys. We have to just smash it here because Marist, they have one of the best defenses in college basketball, especially whenever they play at home. Just buckle in and listen up to this. They give up 56.6 points per game at home this season. That's the 5th lowest in the nation. That's because they play at a very slow pace and they suffocate you. They force their opponents at home to shoot 37.5% from the field. That's the 19th lowest in college basketball. Whenever we factor in that this Mount St. Mary's team only averages 69 points per game on the road this year, this game's just going to be barbecue chicken. I really love Marist here to win this conference game. They need to keep stringing together wins if they want to enter the conference tourney in March with some momentum, just like they did last year. They marched as the last seed in the MAC conference tournament all the way to the championship game, and I was living on a high. Barry remembers that very much. Give me Marist here, -2.5 against Mount St. Mary's.
Yeah, Trey, I'm glad you're back on your Marist Red Foxes. I love the play there. For my play today, we're going to get very educational. I'm going to break this down from a fundamental standpoint. I'm going to go to the Ivy League, where our smartest minds in this country go to be educated. We're going to be looking at Princeton going up against Yale. Yale's the home team, -3.5. I'm going to take the road team, Princeton, +3.5 as the play. I think Princeton's either going to win this game or they're going to lose by a bucket. Princeton, they're a better team in my mind. We just have to get past the fact that it's going to be a road game for them, and it's always tough to win on the road. But according to KenPom, Princeton, they're ranked 64th in the nation compared to Yale's 87th, and Princeton, in my mind, is going to win this game with their efficient offense. They do need to work on their defense just a little bit, but the offense is one of the best in the nation, 33rd in offensive efficiency, and I would give Yale a slight advantage on the defensive side of the ball, but it should be a good game, back and forth the entire way through, down to the wire. Yale, they do have some sharp shooters. They have 3 guys who are starting in the lineup who shooting over 40% on the season from 3, but Princeton, they're very good defensively from the perimeter, only allowing 32.3% of those shots to fall. I think if they were to lose this game, it would be because Yale's going to get hot from deep. But even if Yale does get hot from deep, I think Princeton can still score in bunches. Princeton, they're scoring 77.6 points per game. They have 3 talented scorers, all of which are scoring over 13.5 points per game. And as a team, they're one of the best shooting teams in the nation, making 47% of their shots. I like Princeton to cover the number, +3.5 he has to play, maybe sprinkle a little money line. But give me Princeton +3.5 as to play. Trey, let's go to the player props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go with Ryan Kalkbrenner here to go over 17.5 points going up against Butler. I really love this over for Kalkbrenner here in this game because we're going to see him simply dominate. That's because Kalkbrenner, he is a massive human being. He checks in at 7'1" and weighs 270 pounds, and he uses his size very effectively. And last season against Butler, he averaged 15 points per game, and he's taken another step forward this season. So I expect him to make another bucket and a half here to cash this over. And that's because Butler, they have 0 size that they can throw his way. The only player with size on Butler plays 23 minutes per game, and he's only 6'10", so 3 inches shorter and 30 pounds lighter, guys. This is going to be barbecue chicken. Kalkbrenner, he's going to be living in the painted area in this game. And so far this year, Kalkbrenner, he's playing very well at home. He's taking more shots, making more shots, and shooting it more effectively. So that means, as you guessed, averaging a significant more points per game at home this year. So give me Ryan Kalkbrenner to show up big in this game. I'm going to be taking him to go over 17.5 points versus Butler.
Yeah, Trey, I like that one there for you. For my play today, we're going to go to the MAC. I'm going to take Jalen Sullinger of Kent State to go over his total points going up against Buffalo. I'm going to start out by saying the MAC this season, they're having a little bit of a down year. They got some good, talented programs, but Buffalo is one of the worst teams in the nation. And I think Kent State should dominate them in this game. Buffalo only has 2 wins on the season, and that's mainly because they don't play any defense. The Buffalo Bulls rank 334th in the nation on defense. They allow 80 points per game. That's the 18th worst defense in all of college basketball. They also allow teams to shoot 48.4% against them, which is the 5th worst team in basketball. And you can probably just close your eyes and point at a Kent State player in this one. He's probably going to have these 10-plus points. But I'm going to go with their best player, Jalen Sullinger, to put up a monster number. The Golden Flashes are coming off back-to-back losses against 2 of the better teams in the MAC this season. And this is a get-right spot for them for all of their players going up against Buffalo. Sullinger in the last game put up 16 points, and 2 games ago he put up 30 points. So he does have the capability of putting up monster numbers. On the season, he's going for 14.7 points per game, and he gets more aggressive on the road, shooting an average of 2 more times per game. He's going to be very aggressive in this game, going up against one of the worst defenses in the nation. I expect him to put up 15-plus points easily, and so I'm going to take him to go over the number here as my play. Trey, let's go to the graphics. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be going with Marist here, -2.5 versus Mount St. Mary's. Marist, they're at home here. They're going to dominate. They have stifling defense, and they've been stifling teams all year at home. This game's not going to be any different. Mount St. Mary's offense is on a stick. Also going with Ryan Kalkbrenner to go over 17.5 points versus Butler. He's going to be living in the painted area. There's going to be no one that Butler has to throw at him, so it's going to be barbecue chicken.
Yeah, I'm going to take Princeton +3.5 on the road against Yale. I think they're the better team. They're either going to win the game or lose by a bucket, I think. And then give me Jalen Sullinger going up against Buffalo. They should put up a ton of points in this game. Jalen Sullinger's going to have himself 15-plus points against one of the worst defenses in the nation. Guys, that's going to do it for the NCAA Plays and Props for Friday, February 2nd slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure drop a like in this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. All right, guys, new intro here for the Bear Pack. We hit 10,000 subscribers again. We want to thank everybody again. Trey, if you want to pull that 10,000 subscribers up, if you guys comment llama on any of our videos up until Super Bowl, you will be entered into winning $1,000 from us. The only catch is, come Super Bowl Sunday, you have to be in the chat to claim the prize. We're going to have a live at halftime. You have to be in the chat to claim the prize, and you have to comment llama on any of the videos up until the Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want, NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. We also have a new game. It's going to be Trey and myself versus the Bear Pack. You can call it Pros versus Joes if you want. I don't really like the name because I don't consider us pros. I don't consider you guys Joes. But Trey, if you want to go to the YouTube channel, this is how you guys play. You're going to go to our YouTube channel. You're going to hit the community tab. We've been in the community tab a lot this season. You're going to go to the community tab. We have our plays for the day. So obviously the intro is not going to have plays for today, but these are our plays for our next video. It's the Pelicans -2.5, the Heat -5, Quinnipiac -4.5, and Wisconsin -10.5. Those are Trey's and myself's plays. What you guys are going to do is pick which one you think will not hit, meaning you're going to fade us, which is Pros versus Joes, which is the game called. But you guys are going to try to pick which one is not going to hit. If you guys win, you're going to get a point. If we win, we're going to get a point. We're going to run it Friday through Friday every single week. Whichever team has the most wins, so 4-3, 6-2, whatever it is, that person or group will win $50. If the community wins, we're going to do a wheel spin for the community. If we win, I don't know how we're going to get our cheddar, but you guys are just going to have to subscribe, I guess, more. But that's the game. Hopefully everybody understands it. Trey, let's get into the video. Look at the leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month. A little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,